Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome back to Everspace Encounters. This is the new expansion for Everspace and it's a fairly substantial one at that. If you missed out my previous video on this expansion, then do check it out. I released it a couple of weeks ago and it does go through a particularly interesting overview of the game. In this video I'm just carrying on with my usual playthrough, but using the new expansion. As you can see here, I'm in a new ship and I'm being targeted by some missiles. So the new ship, very much like the Interceptor, and it is using one of the new whip weapons, which I actually very much enjoy using. It's actually very good for shooting down missiles, and didn't that look like a slightly different type of missile as well? There are, after all, a whole bunch of new weapon types in here. Now, if you are interested in the game, there's a link below where you can make the purchase and install the game for yourself. And just so that everything's clear, if you do use that link, I will get a small amount of commission. Okay, I've been detected, but first I'm going to just try and get some of these. EMP generator I've already got. Let's salvage that one. And look at that, a nice new blueprint. So some of the new weapons here, of course, is the lightning gun, which I've upgraded here to its maximum state. We've got secondary weapons, but I don't know if I've got the blueprint to be able to craft these. You can see there's a thermo gun. And we've got a shock rifle. I believe those are existing ones. No missiles on here, unfortunately. There are new types of missiles. One of them do corrosive damage to the ships you target at. Therefore, effectively bypassing the shields. Now, the ship I'm using here is a little weaker in terms of its hull when compared to the Interceptor, but it has a vastly stronger shield. Which I'd actually like to upgrade a bit more in a few moments. Let's get some energy charged up. Now, another nice thing is the EMP generator, and I could actually have showed you that had I had some energy available. I'll use it in just a moment, or maybe we'll use it on the next wave of enemies when they turn up. And you can see got a little bit of damage on the hull now, but nothing too significant, I guess. Right, dubious as to whether or not going to that storm. We'll keep out of there for now. So the main big drive, the main big pull, or one of them at least, for Encounters is the fact that, and if we get to the star map here, you might be able to see some. No, unfortunately not. Sometimes there's portraits listed on some of these zones. And effectively what happens is that you encounter new people in space and they will give you various tasks to do. Or sometimes you can just purchase things from them or get upgrades from them. But that is very much what Encounters is all about. It's the encounters with the people out here in the space you're flying through. And yes, it does make the game feel very much more alive than it does in the vanilla version. Right, we're being attacked here again. So this time I'm going to use the EMP generator when I'm in range. We're nearly in range. Any moment now. Let's just go. Oh, I hit them. Huh. But you can see they're just spinning there out of control now. And when I do shoot at one of these, you can see the lightning bolt arc into one of the nearby ships. So you can actually, as long as they're within range of each other, you can actually take down multiple ships in one go, which is a very nice touch. And one of the reasons I very much like this new weapon. Where did all those bits and pieces go? Now, if you've got any interest at all in Everspace, or specifically Everspace Encounters, then you can see some links below. Damage limiter. Nope, I'm going to keep what I've got. I like the device charger. You can see a link below which will take you to a page where you can actually see more information about the game. And if you're interested in space shooters at all, Everspace really is a very good game. As you can probably tell by the fact I've been playing it for so long now, it's actually one of the 2 regular games I'll play on this channel. Elite Dangerous being the main one, this one being another regular. A lot more arcadey of course than Elite, but that's part of its charm. It's had a lot of regular updates since its release. I believe they've sold well over 1 million copies in fact. It's a pretty popular game. And it just recently got a graphical overhaul and has upgraded to a new iteration of the Unreal Engine they're using. Another part of the Encounters update is some new structures that... where's that crystal going? There's some new structures that are out here in space, and you'll come across them from time to time, and you can interact with them in various ways, including getting various types of temporary upgrades from them that you can use on your existing run. And talking of upgrades, nope, I don't have enough resources now, unfortunately. So pretty much everything else is still in from the vanilla version. It doesn't drastically remove things or change anything. It actually builds upon what was already there, which is nice because the vanilla game is a great game too. Alright, I think I'm done here. I'm going to move on. So there's a few more pieces around here, but to be honest, I can't be too bothered to go and pick them up, and I'm a little bit concerned about that lightning out there, which of course only damages, or very rapidly damages the shield, but let's move on, eh? Can't remember what part of the zone I'm in. I'm in Sector 3, but oh, we're around about halfway through Sector 3, so hopefully I can make it through Sector 3 and get into Sector 4. I do love these ice asteroids, especially against the contrast of the very hot-looking background there. And I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but the graphical effect here would be subsurface scattering. It's in the lighting appearing through the object. There is something new. This might be one of the encounters. I don't know what that's about. We're going to head over there and find out. Don't think I've seen that one before. Or it might just be a new ship rather than an encounter, but...
What's going on here?
Oh.
Bottom feeders, plague rats.
Should we help this individual? It is a colonial ship, but it doesn't sound like the humans piloting it.
The ship is unregistered. Choose carefully whether to assist.
Yeah, we'll assist because we don't like these outlaws anyway. Now this is where I could really do with some missiles. Let's get that EMP generator charged up. Right, I'm going to need to craft a second weapon here because... oh no, we've got some missiles. And there's a corrosion missiles. Quite handy, but we're going to go for the light missiles here and a whole bunch of them. Desperate need of them. Need to try and not do any friendly fire on the ship I'm actually trying to assist here. And we've nearly helped there. Fantastic.
Your assistance is acknowledged. Certain outlaws will not play by the unwritten rules of this sector.
Well, we've taken care of the problem. For now.
We've not yet been introduced. I am Tareen, merchant of many diverse wares.
An Okar trader? Here in the demilitarized zone? Now that's a first.
I admit it's unusual, but I am no mere trader, rather a purveyor of special acquisition. People want specific objects, I provide them what they want.
That sounds fairly straightforward.
It's a give-and-take galaxy. Perhaps you seek a partnership in some ventures.
You place your trust in me very quickly.
Not for everyone, but I can see you are someone who would recognize a profitable opportunity. I will start you small. If you can obtain some scrap for me, we can talk more serious business.
I'm sure I can manage that.
You can deliver the goods in installments if this is more suitable to you. My signature setting will show you my current location.
Okay, sounds doable.
So as you can see then, that's the way that some of the encounters work
That
here.
should be easy enough.
I noticed you did not ask about payment.
I'm trusting he knows how to do business. It's a small task, nothing much to lose. Right?
Right? Hopefully. So as I say, this is how the encounters work. You get a lot of different encounters actually, and this is the first time I've come across one like this. Some of them are humans, some of them are aliens, and some are robots and various things. You can see there's a bit of a bug, and I don't know actually, I didn't check on Steam to see there's an update for this game, and this may have been corrected now, but sometimes happens after some of the cutscenes. The camera's actually zoomed in a bit too close to your ship, but let's see if we can interact with this already. It just so happens there's some scrap around, some of the stuff that he's been asking for, and I've probably got a reasonable amount of it already. And you're about to encounter this guy further in other areas as you travel around the various zones and sectors of the game. Doing alright for fuel, which is nice. Unusual looking structure over there. Or maybe some sort of black hole. Yeah, I thought so. You can see everything being sucked into it. Alright. So we're going to see if I've got enough scrap. Oh no, I want to pick up everything else here first before I do anything else. And we'd hope this guy is friendly or up to fulfilling his agreement. So I'm actually going to change the view here a bit. That's it. Right, where's his... And we got 200 scrap. So, how much do we want to give him? Your ship, Turin's ship. He just wants 25 scrap, so I'll give him 25 scrap, that's no problem. Transfer more, transfer less, select, transfer. It doesn't say anything about what he's going to give us, does it? Interceptor, fighter, Fox 8. I don't think that's anything. Right, let's confirm that then. Did something down here change? I didn't actually see what happened. Oh, the scrap went down, didn't it?
We're getting somewhere.
Okay, is that all you're going to say at the moment? I guess I'll have to transfer him more scrap when we meet up the next time then. Okay, let's hope he gives us something worthwhile. Right, there's other things around here in this zone, so I'm going to pick them up and then we'll move on. I want to be very curious about that black hole as well, because I've actually been sucked into them more than once. I get a very long way into the game and end up going into the black hole. I'm actually going to have to try and move out of this zone because this zoomed in camera is a little bit frustrating. But like I say, it's just a bug, and if it hasn't already been fixed, I'm sure it'll be fixed very soon. Rockfish are very, very good at dealing with those sort of things. And as you can see, as soon as you warp to the next zone, that completely corrects itself.
Situation here.
Right. Oh, there. shooting from a reasonable distance, aren't they? You can see the weapon there arcing itself across. A few missiles actually do help quite well here. But I've got to say, love the power of the shield on this vessel, which I haven't upgraded yet. Although it does use a lot of energy, which can be a bit of a problem. Right, and the trouble is I haven't got a secondary weapon slot on the ship just yet, so I can't change out for any of these other weapons. We'll see in the perk screen later on to see if I can actually put a secondary weapon on here. I wouldn't mind having a Gatling gun because it's one of my favourite weapons. The lightning gun has replaced my like for the pulse weapon. I really do like the pulse gun, but the lightning gun is really good. Alright, there's a structure over there. We'll have a look at that. Oh no, correct me. I was wrong. I did upgrade the shield quite substantially there. So that's one of the reasons it's actually holding up so well against all the incoming fire. Another thing that's quite nice is this shield reminds me, that shield-like effect reminds me, there's ways of getting into certain structures. In the previous video, if you haven't seen it, I actually got given a little task by one of the people I'd had an encounter with, asking me if I wanted to go and pick up some equipment for them. And I had to navigate myself into a well-protected enemy base in order to do that. Now, I don't know who this... And then he's zooming into the wall now. I don't know who this site actually belongs to. Can I pass through that? No. Who does this ship belong to? Ah, that's because I can get in through there. And I believe this might be the refuel place. Very useful. So yeah, a lot more going on with Everspace now. If you get encounters, great addition in my mind. Looks like it, I guess. Off we go again. And we're going to get to Sector 4 very, very soon now. I hope. Right, I'm going to pick up a few resources here and get to the next sector as quick as possible, I think. And here's another thing that's new. Interstellar life. And these come in various shapes and sizes. Sometimes you see organic type things, organic tentacles or whatever. Oh, I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it's because I got too close to them or if I stayed around them too long or if it's just a natural condition for them to explode into plasma. But yeah, sometimes you'll find on certain structures, and that can be asteroids or on bases, you'll find like tentacles. And you may even get a mission to go and ask you to collect some of them or to scan them and research them. Right, I'm not shooting G&B containers. Well, I think they can hold their own over there, and we're going to go through the jump gate. Just want to get to Sector 4 now. Only thing about the lightning weapon is how fast it does drain the energy. And off we go. Sector 4, here we come. Still haven't got past Sector 4, but I'm hopeful that on this playthrough, that's something I'm going to manage. But it's also something that we'll pick up in the next video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.